Howdy. That's a follow-up video about the video I just made before. I spent several minutes with doing research. There wasn't more time to. But anyway, earthquake shakes water levels. And we are talking about Santa Rosa in California. So let's check it out. I just came on Wikipedia before because I figured out I could maybe make some search about Marquest Creek. Probably someone wrote something about it. Marquest Creek is a 29.9-mile long stream that rises in the Mayacamas Mountains of Sonoma County, California, United States. Tributaries of Marquest Creek include Porter Creek and Hummingbird Creek, both of which originate in the same mountain range. Very interesting. Mountainwater. Discharge waters of Marquest Creek reach the Russian River after a confluence with the Laguna de Santa Rosa. The Community Clean Water Institute has developed a program for monitoring pollutants in the Marquest Creek. So, the 4-mile stretch of Marquest Creek from Marquest Lodge to Marquest Creek Road is a challenging Class 3 to 4 or 5 white water kayaking run. What does that mean? I guess we have some waterfalls and these kind of things. White water kayaking. What is white water? White water doing in white rivers? What? Is an adventure sport where a river is navigated in a decked kayak. Whitewater kayaking includes several styles. Yes. So there are rapids. So they are diving and stuff, I guess. Watershed. Sonoma cities. Russian River. So anyway, Mayacamas Mountains. So I think this might be the origination of this creek here. Marquest Springs and Marquest Creek. Are these the Mayacama Mountains? The Petrified Forest. Check it out! Whoa, instant petrification. Mango Jop. Yes, probably you noticed here down. I gathered from the video, the carriage lane, Santa Rosa. And I figured out when I went there to check it out. Beautiful California. And here we have the creek. And here it's already a little bit visible. The banks of the river. They are rather white. There's another better spot. Here. A white river. This is the very nice picture I created. Just with gathering the places where they are and just took a look at it. It seems to be a white river too. That's the same spot here, just a little bit bigger. But now back to Google Maps. No, Google Earth, because Petrified Forest sounds very interesting. Marquest Springs, Safari West, Pepperwood Preserve, Petrified Forest. The petrified forest is a petrified forest. Okay. Located in Sonoma County, California, in the United States. It is the only petrified forest in California. From the Pliocene, it also has the largest petrified trees in the world. Now let's check them out. Peter Mongo job instant petrification. Robert Louis Stevenson tree. Whoa. Probably the guy who found it. Yes. Transmutation. Mount St. Helena. This doesn't seem to be Mount St. Helens. The giant, 60 feet. Yeah. I guess back then, when these trees were standing and still intact, the CO2 composition of the air was probably much different. There was much more CO2 in the air. So we got bigger trees, bigger leaves, bigger animals. Yeah, very fascinating. Mining. Yeah, I leave it here because this could be so endless. How many of those are still undiscovered all over the world? There might be thousands, if not millions, of these kinds of trees. And what do you think happens to those if they would strike a really heavy earthquake? They would just probably crumble, and you know, no one ever would figure out this rock has been once a tree. I'm still not too much at the moment because they don't answer the Finnish Geological Survey. I've been sending them samples, 8 samples. Few of them could be petrified wood, but according to common theory, there is no petrified wood in Finland. But I somehow have to disagree. Despite I cannot prove it, I don't have a laboratory, I don't have the tools to make the proof or disprove my claim. But the Finnish National Geological Survey doesn't talk to me anymore. I have been asking them so many questions. I try to take contact with different people there working, even to the boss, Kimmo Tiilikainen. Yeah, answer me if you're listening. Would be very cool. I just wish an open conversation. We can compare the evidence, what we have, what you have, what you know, like adults. But just being silent doesn't really work. So if anybody knows, if there's any laboratory who could make this kind of tests, I could send a few samples, 3, 4, 5, however. And just tell me what they are exactly, because I'm not satisfied with the results I got back from the Finnish Geological Survey at all. They mixed up samples and stuff. Really, really strange. So I probably don't do too much with the results. There might be something in them, but they are really strange. I'm not satisfied. And if there's anyone knowing about the laboratory who would make this kind of tests with those same samples I sent to the Finnish Geological Survey, and then we could make a comparison, what you found, what they found. And then we would know what it is. Is there shocked quartz in those? Do we have signs of petrification, instant petrification? Transmutation of the elements by electrical currents? Would be very interesting. But anyway, I think I leave it here. I totally lost the path. I don't know. Yeah, there. Ah, I remember. White River. Mountainwater. Very interesting altogether. Petrified forest found in California. Just by stumbling across some video. I found it. Check it out. Mark West Creek. Where was the White River? Where was the beach? Maybe a bit down here. Ta-da. And I also find this very interesting. There are more of these. Maybe water pouring from the ground. And since we are talking about a creek and it seems to be rather flat, like here at the bottom of the valley, the whole area might have been flooded once. And the debris just settled down in a... Like if you have a valley, you're flooded with stuff and then the water goes away and you will have left the debris which was in the water which was flowing there. And it would be rather less leveled with the ground and you can build a house on that. And there's the creek still. So be aware, there's like water everywhere. So the ground maybe is not that stable probably as many think. The waters where we're treating, they will come back. As from above, as from below. Let's check out the video once again. Yeah, a moment of Zen.
Out to the North Bay, where neighbors in Santa Rosa have noticed a strange side effect from last week's earthquake, a surge in water flowing right through a popular creek. Ground Force Charles Clifford has the details.
Well, here in Santa Rosa, there are quite a few people who live along Mark West Creek, and many of them noticed after last week's earthquake that the water level in the creek had suddenly risen.
Boy, we were jolted. Both Susie and I were upstairs.
Last Tuesday, John McCauley and his wife Susie were at home here along Carriage Lane in Santa Rosa when a magnitude 4.4 earthquake struck not far away.
And everything shook in the house, and it opened drawers, it knocked pictures off of walls.
After the quake, John looked out the window and saw a wave of water rushing down nearby Mark West Creek. For months, the creek had been little more than a series of stagnant pools, but now the water had suddenly risen 4 to 6 inches.
We looked at it, and it looked like there was a wave of water coming down the stream.
Wow.
And it was as if you were at the seashore and you watch the wave break and the wave washes up on it, and each successive wave kind of washes up further and closer as the tide is coming in. That's what I would liken it to.
John says that he emailed and called the county and Sonoma Water and has been told that the most likely explanation for the surge is that the earthquake released some underground spring of water somewhere upstream. Thankfully, the water in the creek has leveled off. John and Susie lost their home a few years ago to the Tubbs fire, and Mark West Creek can sometimes flood, so they are grateful that this didn't turn into a problem.
Yes, it can sometimes flood. And I bet there are many, many other places on Earth where it happened exactly the same thing. But it's just always got blamed on rain. Because it's the only explanation for a common theory. Where's the water from? Yeah, it's raining. But I bet there is more to the story than just rain. But that's just what I think. Yeah, I'll leave it here. Thanks. Bye.